All right, we're going to do 1.6, adding positive and negative numbers. You've written your date in your notebook and 1.6 there. All right, we're going to be combining some things together. The first two we're going to do is I want you to notice we have 21 and it's positive, and we're adding 33 and it's positive. And you guys have been doing this for your whole life. I want to encourage you not to use your calculators on these. You can do this. 21 plus 33 is how much?
44.
I heard 40 what?
It's 54.
54. 54. I agree with you. It's 54. All right, now we have two negatives now.
Oh, no.
Negative 21 and negative 33. Am I getting more negative or am I getting less negative?
I'll see you guys after you solve this.
So we're down under the ground at, or we can think of it like this. You guys, some of you were in my class and we played Stinky Feet, right?
What?
Fun game.
Of a fun game where your points, if you had and if it was really great to have negative points, you had negative 21 points and then you got 33 more negative points. You're really greatly negative. And if you're striving to get negative, what are we at? What's the answer?
Positive.
Negative 50.
Negative.
Oh, sorry.
How much?
54.
54. So you're at negative.
Do you like if you dug 21 feet in a hole and then dug another 33?
Yes. So it's like you being 21 feet underground and then you dig more underground. So you're at
Not being able to get back up.
a total of 54 underground. This one was like you're above ground 21 and then you go 33 even more. So you're a total of 54 above. All right. Let's do another one. All right. Now we're going to have some opposites. Okay. You're above ground 26. Or you can even think of yourself as in a building on the 26th floor, and then you go down 31. Are you still above the ground, or are you now below the ground? You're down below the ground. All right. So how do you calculate how far you are below the ground?
The elevator's just like jamming on the floor.
Go ahead.
So if it was 26, you'd be on
jump
ground
off the
level.
building.
Right.
It'd be an extra 5 feet.
How would you be able if you I saw you doing some calculations in your head. What were you doing?
Well, so it's positive 26. If you subtract 26, you're at 0. And then however many more it takes to get 31 is how many negative it is.
So what we could do is we could just take the 31 now. Let's go back. We could take that 31 and subtract the 26, and that's how much we would be still.
Right.
So we're going to borrow 5, right? And is that negative 5?
Yes.
How do we determine if it's negative 5?
Because you started at
Because
26.
you went 26 and you went down 26 and you went below 0.
Okay, so if the ground is, and we're up here 26, but we went down some extra because we went down more than the 26 can handle, right? So we're down 5 below, okay? All right. What is the next one? 26, negative 26. Now I'm in the ground 26. Am I going up or even more down?
Up.
Up. I'm going up 31.
So you'd be a positive 5.
So it'll be a positive 5 this time.
And I'm elevator to save this.
It tries to kill us, and now it's trying to keep us alive.
Positive 5. Okay, so
Don't trust
this
this
was negative.
So
I want us to see if we can figure out how, by just looking at the problem, how will I know that that's going to be a negative number? And how would I know that one over the right one's going to be a positive number? What could I do without having to think about this whole, I'm underground, I'm going above? How could you figure, is there something we can do to figure that out?
Well, you could look at, you start at negative 26 and you're adding 31.
Okay. Is there some way to just look at these numbers? Just look at the 26 and the 31 and decide if that's going to be a negative or positive answer right there? I want to talk about a word called magnitude or absolute value. All right, magnitude. The magnitude of this one is 26, and the magnitude of that one is 31. Which one's bigger, 26 or 31?
31.
All right, so, and 31's negative. Your answer was?
Negative.
Okay, that's my hypothesis. Is that true? Let's check it over there. What's the magnitude of this one?
26.
What's the magnitude of that one?
31.
Which one's bigger, 26 or 31?
31.
And 31's positive, so this one is positive. All right, so we look at the magnitude of them. Which one's biggest? And then your answer has the same sign. Let's do another one. I'm going to make one up. Let's do 24 plus negative 16. Do not find the answer for me. Tell me if the answer is negative or positive.
Positive.
How do you know?
24 is greater.
Because the magnitude of 24 is bigger than the magnitude of negative 16. And so my answer is going to be positive. How do I calculate the answer?
24 minus 16.
You subtract the magnitudes. You subtract the magnitudes. Okay, let's do another one. 54 plus negative 100. Is my answer going to be negative or positive?
Negative.
Why?
Because 200 is bigger.
Why, Ben?
Because 100 is bigger.
Because 100 is bigger than 54. How do I calculate the number? What do I do? Anybody can tell me. How do I calculate the answer?
Subtract 54 from 100.
Yes, subtract the two magnitudes, 100 minus 54, which is like 46, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
I don't
So-
math well, so I don't know for sure.
I am going to encourage you, and I'm going to encourage your parents, when you have a test on this, I'm going to tell them you cannot use your calculators. All right? So I know all of you are putting your heads down, so you need to know how to do these without your calculator. All right? That's 517 times 12. It was wonderful for you to use your calculator for, but this you should be able to do it automatically. All right. I'm going to pause this. I'm pausing right now. Now, if I have multiple answers, or should be multiple numbers, more than 2, notice I have a positive 3, a negative 4, a positive 5, and a negative 2. You can add those in any order as long as you keep the symbols with them. The 3 has to say always positive. The 4 has to say negative. But I would suggest that we do them 2 at a time. So I'm going to give you time to write that. Write that down.
I got the answer.
Try to figure it out. But write the original problem down if you will. Write the original problem down if you will. And I got somebody who thinks they know the answer. That's wonderful. Try to figure that one out and give me a hands up when you're done. I did the 3 and the negative 4 makes how much?
-1.
Negative 1. I'm going to keep bringing that plus 5 down and the plus negative 2. I'm going to do those two. What is negative 1 plus 5?
-4. Positive 4.
How do you know it's positive?
Because 5 is greater.
Because 5 has a greater magnitude than the 1, doesn't it? Okay, so that's positive 4. Positive 4 plus a negative 2.
Which is 2.
4 minus 2, you can think of it that way.
You could also think of it as 4 minus 2. That is exactly right. I actually don't like to write all those symbols. I would much rather write 4 minus 2. That's exactly what I would write. But I wanted to keep it in the way they were doing it. Plus a negative 2 is the same. Okay, and what's that? What's the answer to that?
Just 2.
Just plain old 2. Just plain old 2. I agree
I
with
did
you.
it differently.
All right, how many got that one right at the very beginning? Good.
I did it differently.
But you did it differently. Wait, tell me how you did it.
I did it, I added positive 3 and positive 5.
You like the positives better. Okay, so you did these two together,
Well, I did those two together.
which is 8.
And then I did negative 4 and negative 2, which is negative 6.
Yes,
And then-
which still turns out to be 2. Yes, I like that. I personally like that too because I like putting all my negatives together and all my positives together. Yeah, I like that too. All right, this is from your book. Let's do this together. I want you to get in, and I don't even know what page that is for you guys. I apologize. I want you to do all 3 of those and raise your hand when you're done. That's number 1, 2, and 3 on this lesson. Give me a hands up when you're done. We're going to resume this. I'm going to do this in red. Okay, so should this be a negative or positive number when I'm done?
Positive.
Because
7's bigger.
7's bigger, and so I'm going to subtract them, and I get a 5. It's positive. All right, right here, should it be a negative or a positive when I'm done?
Negative.
Because
They're both negative.
they're both negative. Okay, if they're both negative, do I subtract them? Subtract their magnitudes?
No.
What I did is
You
I
add 'em.
just added them together and then just put a negative sign.
That's what I would have done too. So it's 13 and negative. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay, so these two are both positive.
So you just add.
So you just add them, and 18 and 11 is how much?
29.
29. All right, that's what you should have gotten. That is 1.6. We're finished with 1.6. Now we're going to talk about multiplying.